Hello and welcome back to another video. Today, I'll open this up so we have a look a bit quicker. Family Writer. This is a Famicom accessory, unlicensed of course, although it does use the sort of cream and red / maroon colours. It says Family Writer, slight bit of damage. Got the side there, a few more details. Same stuff on that side, just foam on these sides. Please take that slip cover off. Quite big pieces of foam polystyrene. Got some leaflets. This one is more of a plasticky material. So that's the Family Writer manual. So you put a cartridge in. So I haven't explained this as it is yet. This is a vintage device from the 80s that allowed you to copy your Famicom games onto blank rewritable cartridges. So we've got a diagram here. You put your cartridge in, you flick the switch to the right setting. Oh yes, they can do that's not the first step. That's maybe one for whether you're writing or not was actually sure then. I think it's based on, from what I understand, based on the type of scrolling the game does. You put your one game in here, you put the other cartridge in here, power, plug it in, you press start, you copy it over, and these have little windows on the front. You can probably, I've shown some of those cartridges off in the past. There's the rest of the instructions, and basically you copy your game from one cartridge. There's a spot for a cartridge, little space for the switch to go, though there's none in here. Let's take it out and get a bit of a better look. So here are two cartridge slots. You copy it over. You've got two ROM chips on most Famicom cartridges for the program ROM and character ROM. On this, the rewritable cartridges will have those chips. They'll be UV erasable, programmable, read-only memory modules, so you can rewrite them, but you have to use UV to erase them. So you peel off the sticker in front of the window, you use UV light to wipe them, and then you can put them back in here to rewrite them once you're done. Got DC 10 volts, which I've seen 6 volts and 12 volts. Well, I guess even 9 volts for some of these things, but never 10 volts. Probably 9 volt one would work. It doesn't mention the polarity though, whether it's set to negative. Because if it is, it's set to negative 9 volts for the Famicom users. Maybe if you use the Famicom adapter for this, I'm not exactly sure. Start. I'm not sure how long this would even take. Let's open this up. Is this? Yeah, the screwdriver works. Slightly too small, but for only one use it should be fine. So these don't, based on the sounds, have like a threaded insert. It's just screwing directly into the plastic, which if you're screwing in and out isn't going to be very good, because essentially since plastic's very soft, even if there's no screw hole where you screw, it's not going to find the nearest screw hole. It's going to basically be self-tapping, and it's going to chew up the plastic over time. But hopefully you're not doing this a lot and taking this thing apart. So it should be probably pretty simple. There's plastic in there. Another 6 screws. Got 2 potentiometers just on the bottom there. A little bit of also electrical tape. I assume just insulated so you don't accidentally short something if there's some contacts under there. So chip there, should match a ROM chip to manage this entire thing. And it looks like these screws are the same type of screws as these ones. So it's good that there's one device that does use standardized screws. No, it doesn't use standardized screws. There's shorter screws. This one is going to give this bootleg device a bit of a compliment. Because even in these more vintage products, nothing uses standardized screw lengths. At least it's in the Philips JAS family, so you can use the same screwdriver. Don't need any special screwdriver bits. Let's hope that I remember which screws these ones go into. I don't end up screwing in these ones, then the lid won't fit. So let's take this out and they're pretty basic. This is a 1-layer PCB at the bottom. This one here is also a 1-layer PCB, just flipped upside down with the green exposed. You've got 2 lights, the LEDs on the front for power and write, I believe they were. Yeah, power and write. Got 2 cartridge connectors. You've got a couple random transistors, resistors. Got these 3-hole wires, because they didn't want to spend the money on a multi-layer PCB. So they've gone that route. This looks like it's, how is that attached? Oh, it uses, so that isn't the ROM chip there. That is to bridge these 2 boards, and it's, I can't remember what those pins are called, whatever they're called. And it's just soldered together, and you can see bent, not the best job of doing this. There's also some random wires in there as well. So there's a couple chips in there. So let's just put this back together. I have to align everything. And I'll start with these center screws, because no matter which way it goes, those ones definitely need to go in here. As for the other screws, it's going to be more complicated. Which is, I don't know which way this goes. Probably should have made note of that. Does it go that way? Okay, that seems to fit that way. It lines up with some screws. Does it also line up if I do it this way? Yes, that also lines up, but not quite, slightly off. So I assume it goes this way, meaning that the screw holes that we need for this side are these ones. And just make sure I double check. So the other ones would be these ones here. If I make a mistake, I could have this video, but although I'm not really looking back on it, I'm trying to figure it out myself. And I wouldn't be able to check out that adorable board unless there's an awful lot of desoldering. Screw these ones in, and that is about it. And it's interesting that this one didn't actually come with a rewritable cartridge. I thought they would normally did, and I've also seen some of these on Copier, where they've had 2 slots for cartridges. I'm not sure if it's exactly these ones. So I wonder if maybe some came with 1 cartridge, some came with 2 cartridges, and some came with 0 cartridges type thing, depending on the different levels, and you just buy the cartridges separately. Also, I know there are different brands of rewritable cartridges that were made as well. So I wonder how interchangeable they were. There's the ROM chips, they all have the same switch. So I imagine they're pretty similar. The screws that want to go in. Maybe if I use the correct size screwdriver it would help. But anyway, these 2 are in. So we'll leave this video here. I'll just try to figure this out off camera. If you like the video, what you do, comment down below your thoughts and ideas for future videos, and subscribe so you miss any videos like this in the future.